Welcome to the Painful Budgeter. I am Payne, and this Sunday I'm going to tell a little bit of story. And so I asked all y'all out there to vote which I should do for the name of the video. And of course, only 3 people voted. Thank you. And so I got a three-way tie. So I'm going to draw it out of a hat. Oh, and here's some flowers for you today. Do you enjoy it? Someone said they love some zinnias, so I got some extra zinnias in there just for you. And my gladiolas, they were getting really, really tall, so they all were falling over, so I had to put some of the gladiolas in there too. And I have 3 cats out here right next to the door, my outdoor cat, my 2 indoor cats. And so if you hear a cat fight, I'm trying to get them used. I have the door open a crack, so I have 1 cat on the outside, and then I have the other 2, my female's like near the door, just she knows he's out there. And the other one's kind of guard-dutying and scrubbing himself against every little surface he can to let the other cat know that this is my house. Okay. So the 3 names it will be is either My Boobies Won Me $1,300. Total clickbait, I will admit. Drunk Dude Won Me $1,300. Or I Love You. So. And then I'm going to use my sister's Pinnacle exhibitions. So if you need like some trade show tables that are really, really fancy and stuff, and you got an extra $500,000 to a couple $1 million, you give her company a call and they'll set you up and get you some really high-end stuff. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I don't have $1,300. What? He's still outside. He's outside. He's just near the door. You're good. One. Cat's doing the... Yeah. He's close. Yeah, I know. All right. And the name of this thing should be... And it will be... Oh, my dear God. Yeah, it's the clickbait one. My Boobies Won Me $1,300. Hopefully I don't get some really idiotic, dumb buttheads and going, well, that's not a good story. It just had nothing to do with water and flashing boobies and stuff. No, it does not. Sorry. Sorry. It's a simple story. I'm trying to add some stories to some trucker stories to my Sundays because it's pretty much the same thing every Sunday. It's this one. It's money, it's counting money, and it's putting in the same amount into every single one. And so they're starting to get really repetitive. So I thought I'd do some trucker stories, some little short stories and stuff. You can get an idea how trucker life can be. And they're amusing sometimes, and sometimes they're just kind of simple. But hey, it's a story. Who knows? And if you're here watching, might as well. Jax, don't even think about it. No cat fights. I'm filming. I don't have any water. All I have is 401. I probably should spray that. Good boy. They're getting better though. They're not full on attacking, but they're just. Well, Jinx might attack Jax, but they're just kind of sniffing and slightly growling. So hopefully within a month or so they'll get better. All right. First off, I also had a lady who's asked about this really old lockbox. This thing it's like one of those things that you've always had in your house, especially if you have from generation, if you have a big family or something, they just always there. This box has always been in our house. It's usually been under a bed somewhere with like coins or just little mementos and stuff. And this was my dad's grandpa's box. So this thing's probably over 100 years old and looks like somebody locked in there and left their key. And this has been, my mom's like, let's just get rid of it. I'm like, no, that's my treasure box. It's my precious. You must keep it. But yeah, so that's my little precious. And here's the money for the week. And make sure you're doing all your fetch stuff, get your extra money. Mine's about almost up to $40 so far. I have a fetch code in there. If you don't know what fetch is, it's a receipt-based thingy, and it gives you points, and you can go onto them and check check what they have in their little app, and you can get more points and cash that out in the end of the year or whenever, and get all. They have many different types of gift cards, or you just get plain old Visa or whatever you like. And they also have Ibotta. I don't think they have the other app for that, but they have all those other ones out there. So, everything's tracking you. Might as well get some paid for it. All right, 100, 200, 300. 1, 2, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So there's 400. So I just used $20 of my spending, so I should have like 80 here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. So yeah, that is correct. That is correct. Yeah, 10. So I'll get a couple hundreds here, a couple 20s here, a couple 10s here. Mic is still on. Did a little bit filming today. Not too much. I'm not going to have a shop with me this week because I don't really have a lot to buy this week, just some fruits and veggies. I did do a little short for a Dollar Tree. Well, not so much Dollar Tree anymore, $1.25 tree. And so I just did that as a short. And the only other thing I'll have to go to the store is to get some mouthwash and some veggies, because I pretty much got all the fruit and meats and everything else for the week. I'm going to do kind of a pantry challenge and just use what I have up there in my freezers and in my pantries. Okay, should I tell the story first? Or should I make the people who come here, force them to watch me stuff money and get more watch minutes and hours? I can do a little bit of both, I guess. First off, let's get Daddy paid his $200 for rent. And yeah, I live with my dad. I was on the road for, God, I don't know how many years, for about 13 years over the road, and drove Canada and all that type of stuff. And my mom had she ended up going to the hospital because she ended up, passing out and had a stroke. And then we found out she had like water in the brain. And so I kind of moved home so we could help her and everything, and find out later on, after she had the surgery to get the drain put in, found out that a lot of her symptoms, because she's bipolar, so a lot of her symptoms that they had, the doctors say, oh, it's just the drugs, there's nothing wrong. It was actually her water in the brain, her brain swelling and stuff like that. And so because of that, part of her frontal lobe pretty much froze up. And so she was going to end up going through dementia when she never had to. And she had asked many times, because she'd had the shaky hands, and she was on Depakote, and so a lot of that was the side effects of that, and some of the other side effects that she had was all the same stuff. Getting 40 going into the groceries, because I already did 60. So I came off the road and decided to get some local ones. And at first it was just going from Utah to California and back and off on the weekends. And that was fine for a while until her dementia got worse. And then I found some loads that were I'm home every night and often on the weekends and stuff. And that way we could keep her home while she was going through dementia. And so she passed away at home. We between me and my dad and all my sisters and my neighbors and extended family, we were all able to chip in and get her the care she needed. And thank you everybody who works in the end of life medical, because without them it wouldn't have been possible. So they are freaking awesome. Get it 20 into the pets. So now I've got $30 in here. I don't think I need anything for them this week. I'll have to get some soft cat food for them next week, because they are freaking spoiled. But everything else is pretty good. I'm going to need to get some pellets for my rabbit, but I usually get the huge bag and they'll last like 6 months. Gas, $5. $5. So now I have 10 and 20 in there. I'm just trying to save up as much as I can, so when I do get to the point where I'm home every weekend, or I get I have kind of decided, because I'm still working at the job I have, even though it's exhausting, and I'm working like 14 to 16 hours a day, as it feels like some days. And with driving up and back, and losing money because of gas costing me $60 to $70 a week, and then all the extra 120 miles that I'm not getting paid for. If I can find a good job that's actually within my area that I live within 10 or 15 miles, and it will pay me more than I make now, then I'll probably hop on. If not, I'm going to hold on with my company until at least September, because that's when I originally planned to go on vacation to go up to Wisconsin to see my sister, and then I'll quit then. And then I will just look for something local, like overnight stocking at a grocery store and work, and just do something a little less money wise, and just do a lot of like um, side hustles, Instacart and DoorDash and Amazon delivery type of stuff. And then just make it through till spring, because I can get some more like construction jobs, and they make really good money, and work my way into some of the bigger equipments and stuff. But that way I can take the winter to work more on YouTube end, getting this channel a little bit better, and I might add on 2 extra ones. One for like weight loss. I'm going to actually doing a 30-day challenge starting this next month, doing an hour of exercises every single day. 3 or 4 of those days will be gym weights and stuff. The other day will be cardio, and I might even add in some of the food I eat, because I do kind of a ketovore seasonal type of thing. It's not like like you're either keto, or carnivore, you're only vegetarian. Mine's kind of a mix. I did a carnivore or elimination type of style diet, and then started adding stuff in to try to see what my body can handle and what it doesn't handle. And so I kind of made my own little diet. Fix It is going to get 5. Yes, I've got 5, and that's starting to build up, which I'll probably need for oil changes here soon. 40, especially with all the driving, 50, 60, and 70. And so I'll probably add that to my registration, because registration is this next month, so I'll need to do that by the end of the month. And beauty will be getting probably nothing, because I just used all the. Oh yeah, I did beauty. I did clothes and beauty, and I went over by 10, so I'm going to wait a couple weeks. So I usually do $5 in each. And since I was over by 5, I'm going to wait at least 2 weeks before I start adding that up again. Mountain Country, I think I'm only doing 5, because I have 45, so I usually try to get them up to 50. I'll probably do one more time with them, and then I will stop getting them lunches. But they've been great company for. I'd park my semi over at their place, my trailer, and then I'd bobtail home. That's why I'm having to go from one company to another. I have to look for a new job, because my company, with their insurance and stuff, they no longer allowed us to drive our semis home. And that's a lot of driving up and back. It's like freaking exhausting, and it costs me money. And I used to park my trailer over at Mountain Country, and they do all the dog food treats and stuff like that. And then I'd bobtail home, and I'd park in my driveway. And then they because I lost all my parking spots, and they're like, just park over here. You don't have to worry about it. And I felt weird just parking and not really picking up there. So every first of the month, I'd go and buy them lunch. Target and Costco, I'm going to do $10 in them. I need some Costco stuff. They usually do them once a month. 30, 40, 45. So yeah, I'm going to try to move that up a little bit. Like I said, I don't need a lot of groceries, so whatever I don't use this week, I'll throw it into my Costco and Target, or in my clothes. I might do that too. I'm not doing any clothes this week because of that. I'm going to put a 5 in crafts, though. Oh, spending. 5 in spending and crafts. This is for the leftover stuff. Like if I go out to eat, I might use some of this tonight, because I want to go see me Deadpool. I got to go see me some Deadpool. So I might actually be digging into my spending, because who doesn't want to see Wolverine and Deadpool? Freaking awesome. I love me some Deadpool. All right, there's 15 in there into crafts. I usually try to do $20 on that. I actually went over to I already said the not so dollar store anymore. I might even go over to the Five Below. They have some good stuff. I have some really good stores near me. So, and then back to, okay, this goes back to the bank, but my niece is actually coming down tomorrow. And so I'm going to pay her to help me with my upstairs room that I've been wanting to turn in craft room, but I just haven't had the time to do it. And some gardening because her work, she's a single mom. She lives at her house with her family and stuff. But so she only works once or twice, and her company, the place that she's working, little fast food joint that she's working, the manager is kind of an idiot. She's like, they're having wage issues, and so her idea to fix that is go hire new people and then cut out all the part-time people. Yeah. So she had no work this week, and so she's like, can I come up there and do some work? I'm like, sure, come up here and we can do some Instacart as well, maybe, and or DoorDash and get you some extra money and I need to do some gardening because my raspberry bush is like take over my whole backyard. So we'll do some gardening and cleaning and organizing. I gotta get some stuff for the dump runs and everything. Okay, fill the jar. This week, I've been starting to get a little bit better. Yesterday I did have some ramen noodles when I got home because I was just like totally went into the not really binge cycle, but it was like when you're overweight and have eating disorders, you fixate on foods. And ramen noodles was and I did all good all day long, and I kind of held it off. And I was actually starting to lose weight and got down under my 280, and then I had my period, and so it blew back up. But so I'm gonna have to wait a couple more days. But I'm starting to get back under control. That's one of the reasons why I want to do the gym 30-day challenge and doing more of the better eating and the ketovore or seasonalvore or kind of the more fruit and veggie based with some heavy protein. So I'm just going to do a straight up $10 in here. I'm going to just do $1 for instead of $2 this week. So I have a little extra money to put in some of my other Christmas challenges. I'm going to keep doing some of my Christmas challenges at least once a month because I want to get that built up. And I'll probably do my 12 days of Christmas at least 2 or 3 times a month for my minis. And then all that will go to for my Christmas stuff. And whatever I don't use, I will throw at my Roth IRA. Okay, so I got to fill the jar. So those are all good. I can take those off. And I'm going to do and I still need to make my nose spin. I'm going to actually do a little crafting video with some, ideas for challenges. And this is going to be my way. Let's put this over there. And I'm just going to do a $10. Let's see. Make sure this is still filming. I guess I'll do a 8. I usually just round up to the nearest, 5 will get 5, and 6 will get like 10 and up, and anything below that will get the one before. Anything like 15 will get 15. Anything above it will get 20. And so that way, when I do cash these, I have a little bit more money. And once I get some of these done, I will condense them and flip them into here, and that way I'll have a little extra money and it'll go a little further. So number 9, 10. Actually, let's do 7. I'll put $10 in 7. Let's do $10 in number 7. Actually, I took some money out last week and condensed it, used it because I forgot to get into the bank. I just got the money out. So I just got $100 bills instead, $100 and some 20. So that was there. And okay, we're going to do some buzz off and a little bit of Christmas, and then I need at least $20 for tomorrow's minis. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19, and 20. I always try to do $20 on my mini Mondays. It's not a lot, but it does add up. So I'll just put that. I'll do one more since it's still July today. Probably when it comes out. Actually, yeah, it'll still be July when it comes out. So we'll do another 12 days of Christmas. I do have that linked in my bio. I'll make sure I double check when I get a thing, make sure it's working last time. Sometimes it works. Sometimes I've been messing around with my computer and it kind of screws it up sometimes. So we're gonna do the buzz off. Like I said, I'm gonna do some crafting. Some crafting stuff as well, and some other things, and probably do a little video of that so you guys can have some ideas if you want to make your own. Oh, that came out. Your own. If you have a whole bunch of crafting stuff, you can do your own little challenges. Because sometimes it's just fun doing that. So once I get all these done, these buzz offs and stuff like that, I'm actually gonna move them to one of my other books. And I'll have one book that's strictly for scratchers, and one book for minis, and one book for handmaids. Okay, I'm gonna buzz off. And I guess I could start telling the story, right? All right, well, in case you're wondering about my 1300, my boobies one made 1300. No, water was not involved. It wasn't a dare. No, it was something more simple. It was me and my mom. Actually, my truck broke down. That's why one of the other things I called it was the domino effect, because had not all these things happened, I would not have won that much money. I wouldn't have won any money, really. My truck broke down after I had been driving for about 3 or 4 years by that time. So my truck broke down, and it broke down actually like 100 miles from my house. And so it had to go into the shop, and it was waiting for stuff to get done. And so I'm like, well, I've got like 5 days to a week off. I'll just, I'm going to go to Vegas. I'm going to just do a cheap budget Vegas day. And I'm like, I'm going to go to Vegas. And my mom's like, I have only 1 day working this week, so I have like 5 or 6 days off myself. So I'm like, yes. So we made it into a mommy-daughter vacation. And so we told my dad, you know what? You get home, you stay home, you can take care of the pets. We're out of here. So we got all of our stuff and got my truck loaded up, and we headed out from Tucson and drove all the way to Vegas, which is about a 6 to 8 hour drive or so. But we decided, we're just going to do it the easy way. So we stopped by my grandma's house and had dinner with her and stayed the night, and then got started the next day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I don't care. I got started the next day, and it was a nice drive up, and $12, and nothing exciting happened, and we left early enough. We didn't see any Phoenix lights. I have seen them before. That'll be another story. That was freaky. I've heard the stories about them, and then like one year I'm like going, what in the ever loving is that? Yeah. So yeah. They're kind of creepy when they just come out of nowhere. But yeah, we made it all the way from after staying at grandma's. I got $22. We made it into Vegas. Good time, and went on the strip and watched, because we were idiots. We decided we're going to drive in by the strip so that, it would have only taken us like an hour to get over there. It took us like an hour or 2 hours, but we were able to check out the TV screens and see what was good and what we wanted to go and see. And I put that in the wrong way. So we made it to their hotel when I chose the most fancy one I could find, the Four Queens. It only cost us like $50. And we got stacked. We got in there, and then we decided to roam around in style. So we got a day pass for the bus, and going up and down the strip as well. And went over to, I think, Bellagio, and because we watched all their waters displays and stuff with the music. It's awesome. If you've never been to Vegas and you get a chance to go there, there's always something to do there. And so we went over there, watched there, went into some of the buffets, went over to the Paris, so they have a really cool buffet. So we spent a little extra money on their $50 or $60 buffet, and then when we saved up our money, and we went and saw the Blue Man Group. And those guys are hilarious. The first time I saw them was probably about 20 years ago. It was like when I went with Mom, was the first time seeing them. So we went and saw the Blue Man Group and had a good time, dang near peed myself. And so after that, my mom has a bum knee. She's had her knee replaced a couple times, and we were walking up and down that strip. So she was exhausted. So we got me and her hobbled our butts back onto the bus and made it back to the Four Queens. And she decided to take a nap. And I said, what the heck, I'm going to go swimming. So I went swimming because I got bored with that. changed. And then I'm like, by that time it was starting to get dark, and I'm like, I am not ready for bed. I am still really, just buzzing. And so I'm like, yeah, I noticed that they have the world poker tournament going on. So I'm going to go over to the hotel that's across the street, and I'm going to go see the over at the Horseshoe Hotel or something like that. And I'm going to go see the poker tournament, because I love watching that stuff on ESPN and stuff like that, because it's really exciting. You can see what's going on. It's not so exciting in person. Just people being silent around a table for hours. And occasionally people are like, oh, or yay. So yeah, after about 30 minutes, like, I've had enough. So I went out to the main street over in Old Town Vegas. They have their main little walking, and then they have the arch, the top where it has all the lights that go through, and zip liners up and down, and lots of street performers and street art and stuff. So I just, kind of wandered around and checked out the street art, and checked out the crazy zip liners. That's the thing I've always wanted to do. I always wanted to do a zip liner one of these days. I'll have to save up money and do that. And parachute. I've always wanted a parachute dive. But squirrel, sorry, I do have HD. I kind of go off tendons quite often. But yeah, I was out there and just having a good time, and corner of my eye, I saw this dude. He looked like he was a businessman. He had, the suit and the slacks, and that he was very kind of almost falling down. He was so freaking placard. He was so placard. But he was like going up to people, and like, I could tell you, and then, yeah, people are ignoring him. I'm surprised no one had like stole his money. I think the people he came with must have just totally, it wasn't even that late. So he must have gotten started early. But yeah, and of course he saw me, and he's like, I want to tell you something. I love you. No. You need to know this. I love you. I'm like, oh, that's nice. Thank you. He goes, no, you need to know. I love you. I'm like, great. My friend's over here. I got to go, and this hotel is right over here. I see him. I got to go. Bye. So I pretty much ran from that dude. And I think he found someone else to love. So I'm sure he's happily married somewhere out there by now, because he was in love with everyone. So I went to the nearest hotel, and I found me a machine that was, facing the door, so I could see if he was going to come out and, get down on his knees and beg to marry me or something like that. I don't know what the heck the guy was really. He's a I love you dude, which I understand, because when I get drunk, I can count on my one hand how many times I've gotten drunk in my life. But when I do get drunk, I am an I love you person myself. So yeah, it is annoying. Trust me, I know it. My sister's told me many times. She says I'm hilariously funny, and I'm hilariously I love you, and then sleeping. So yeah, I got the nearest the casino. It was like one of those 3-reel 25-cent machines where it just reels, and it's like 777 and 1555, diamond, that type of stuff. The old style, nothing fancy, nothing animated. So I was just putting in a quarter in at a time, or just the dollar. I think it wasn't that old, so I was actually putting the dollars in, and just keep an eye on, just keep looking over to the side, seeing if the dude was coming in. After a while, I'm like, you won. And like, I looked at the machine. I'm like, oh, cool. I won $50. Sweet. So I took the money, went to another machine, won another 20, went to another machine. By, the fourth or fifth machine, I had about $100. I'm like, sweet. Hey, this is awesome. I love you guys. Won me $100. Awesome. That wasn't the end of it. So I decided to check out the tables. So I went over to the blackjack and craps, and they were really busy. And so I'm like, yeah, there's a spot over here at the roulette table. So I just wandered over the roulette table. And if you've ever been to a roulette table, they have the big wheel on the side, and they have all the numbers 1 through 31 or whatever it is, or 36. I forget what it is. I'd have to look it up. And they have the red and the black, and then they have the slots for like 1 through 20 or 1 through 9 or something like that. You can bet just on the first part, or at the second middle part, or the back end, or you can do like the lines and the rolls, and you can do black or white or even and odd. So there are all different ways you can win and lose. And so, I just started betting birthdays. My birthday, my niece's birthdays. I was even asking people at the table, hey, what's your birthday? Okay, here we go. If I win, I'll give you half of it. That type of shit. I was in the zone. If you ever been a gambler, you feel that buzz. I was totally feeling that buzz. And so, and so I was having a good time. I'm like winning a little bit here and a little bit there, and around the things, a lot of times we'll have like the little uh slot where you can just put your change on, but most people didn't use it. They just stack them in front of you, and it's a little bit of a dip like that. So, and the $100 it started adding up, and it'd go into, then I start cashing them out into $20 chips, and it'd build us or like more than $100, and I'd take 3 or 4 stacks and change that into $25 chips, and I was doing really good. I'd win once and maybe lose once or twice, but I was winning more than I was losing. So it was gradually starting to build. I think by that time I was like, $300 or $400 I'd won after, and I had walked in with that thing with maybe about 10 or 15 bucks. And so I'm like, no, I'm just going to do 1 or 2 more and I'm going. But I kept leaning over to reach across the table as far as I could. And every time I lean over, my itsy bitsy teeny weeny little boobies kept knocking over the dang chips. I don't have the big, most people who are big and larger plus side or, women. At the time I was, well, I still am, but I was the bigger girl. I was probably about 240, 250. But most big women usually have bigger boobs when they're that big. Me, I was, I'm pear shaped. I was smaller on top. But even my little boobies kept knocking them over. And so I'm just grabbing them and fixing them and landing last minute stuff on the roulette table. And I kept doing over and over. And it's like the last time they're spinning, and they're like, I'll put it down and like, hey, you won. I'm like, sweet. How much to win? Oh, about $900. I'm like, wait, what? How the heck did I win $900? It hit my birthday, which was 26. And I hadn't realized when I knocked my chips over with my boobs the last time, they all merged. And so I was trying to straighten them all up. And apparently I grabbed a $25 chip down and put it down. And so, yeah, that drunk guy, actually, my truck breaking down, won me $1,300 between drunk guy, mom, and truck. Just a weekend that would have just been I'm stuck somewhere turned into a paid for my vacation. So after that, I'm like, I'll do 1 or 2 more rolls, and then it just kind of died off. I'm like, it's time for me to take my money, and cashed out, and gave me $1,300. Went back to the hotel room, and I started jumping on that bed, going, Mom, I won. And she's like, what the are you talking about? Get off my dang bed. And of course I'm doing the rolling in the money type of thing that you see on TV, because I'm a freaking kid and I'm an idiot. So I'm like, have the money, I'm throwing it on the bed. Look, Mom, I'm jumping on the bed. I'm surprised I didn't break that stupid bed. And she's like, oh, sweet, cool. Get off my bed. I want to go to bed. But I was budgeting the whole time going to the vacation, because I only had like $300, and so that paid for that vacation. And then we went all the fancy dinners and higher end stuff, and then we went and saw the at Bellagio and got some higher end things, and still, after spending a lot of that money, and I even played some more games and stuff, the buzz was completely gone. So I just, a little here, a little there, just didn't want to lose all my money that I just won. But by the time I made it home, I probably had about a paycheck or two worth of money still left over after that $1,300. I think we spent maybe $400 more on it. And so that paid for our vacation and paid for the time that I was off from work. It worked out perfectly. So that was my boobies winning me $1,300. So sometimes things just kind of lay down just right, and a weekend that would have been boring or a pain in the butt ends up being a really cool experience. Have you guys had any experiences like that yourselves, where things just kind of dominoes effect and you're like, turns either into a nightmare or it turns into a really cool experience? If you have, leave me a comment or a story in my condiment center. Oh, leave me some ketchup so we can catch up in my I don't know why I keep saying that. Comments, not condiments, comments. In my brain. All right. I already put my $20 away. So we have 10, 20. No, I'm going to do another 10. Wait, no, I have a 10, 20. 40. Okay. 10, 30, $2.30. Got $3. Is there anything else I missed? Okay, Christmas. Already got. Okay, don't have buzz. I got buzz off. Fill the jar. 100 pets, craftsmen. I'm not going to add anything for that because I'm going to try to get some of these done off, and I'll add it to that. Or I can always add it next week. So let's get these Christmas ones done up then. How long is this video so far? 35 minutes. Yeah, well, at least you get a story out of a bunch of mumbling. Alrighty, let's see, where was I at? I was at Ralphie. I love these. These are really cool. Actually, this is a cool looking color. Some of the other ones are kind of bland. Wouldn't mind getting some like the spray stuff that has like the glitter on it and just kind of glitter up some of these. Alrighty, so we already have. Okay, I thought I had 80 in there. No, I already have 10. Yeah. And another 10. Holy crud. And the rest of them should be premium small. Oh, they're 5s and 10s, so the rest should be 5s. This is a nice little one. Like I said, I had one before they got from Hobby Lobby that was like $10 or $12. And I used it once and the dang top kept popping off and it was crap. So yeah. Yeah, these ones are the little square ones that you see on there. Because this one's very nice and sturdy. And $10. $10. And so far, and that's for all these scratchers up here. I just have them together. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 64, 66. So far for that for Christmas, just from those scratchers. Now for the penguin ones, we have a little bit different ones. Let's get some penguin. I'll put that in upside down. This is from the hump. Oh, these ones are, I didn't say, did I? These are from numbers 4. That's wrong. Oh, this is the weekly budgeter, or all of the. She has some really cute ones. A lot of people, you've probably seen them on all the other ones. They're really cute. And this one is the weekly budgeter. She has all the cute little penguins, and yeah, this is the penguin one. The penguin ones are really cute. This one's a 75, $1 through 20. Oh, please don't give me a 20. Okay, $4. Like, I want to get a little bit of something in here. All right, let's see. What do we have? Nope. Why did I do that? I got a vacuum. That's what that's for. If you can't tell, I like teal. If you can't tell, teal, I like teal. Oh, that's 5, so I don't have anything to break that. 4. I love $2 bills. One, they're usually always brand new, so you don't have to worry about nasties. Because they don't really have them in circulation that much. And some 5s. And they look like the old style bills. So we got $9 in there. And let's make sure I have these going the right direction. I had to take the zippers off because they're just slightly too tall and I didn't feel like cutting them. And we have 100, 100, 1 through 25. So, oh, cross fingers, cross fingers, cross fingers, cross fingers. 10. Do I have 10? Yes, I have 10. All right, cool. I think I'm going to do 5, 6, 7, 8. I might do that one in the rest in there. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oops, can't count. 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Well, I guess I could read that. But I have a tendency to miscount stuff all the time. Who, me? Yes, me. How about you? Do you miscount everything and they're staring right at it? And you know your brain's saying it's this, and you know it's this, and then your mouth goes this. And you're like, no, it's not that. One of these days I'll actually be able to close that, right? Okay, actually that's minis. Let's do some of these homemade ones. I want to get some of them scratchers off. I think this next month I'm going to do a freebie. I'm going to do a Euro card and then like a Halloween one and a Thanksgiving one. Might do it more artsy where you can actually draw your own on it, and then I'll have like 4 little squares. So you can draw a design in each square in the back, and then you do the drawing onto the I have the Oogie Boogie one that I drew. I'm gonna go and look online how to draw a turkey, and then you can like like henna style on it or some like leaves and just make it as fancy as you want or not as fancy. You just do squiggles and stuff. So that way, this one can make a lot of money because this could be a good a holiday one. I might just kind of do one up on the Canva and kind of just do it blank around the sides, and then you can draw in it as well. Let's see, where was I? I did buzz off, so I'm just gonna do let's do Day at the Beach. I am still missing a clam somewhere. A clam. I have 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right, I already look at 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. $8. Is that it? I think. And then that will be done. And I can do I'll probably do a September one. I'm going to do a camping one next instead of an August one. That way I can get the other ones done. 5. I have floppy hat. Okay. Umbrella. Yeah. Crab. Yep. And shell. I'll have to draw my shell then. I'll have to draw the shell. Don't lose them. Okay, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And the $1 I will just put in. I'll put that in there. Why not? Let's go put the extra $1. It's only did $10 instead of 2, so I'll just add an extra $1 in my fill the jar. Alrighty. So in there we have 5. Oh, I got nothing. 2. So this thing will give me 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and $28 in the monthly one. And I'll take that. Let's finish this off, and then I will add that to my little thingies, and when I need it, I'll use it. Or I didn't get my registration, so maybe I'll just put it in my registration. And then once I get I'm just gonna leave all these in my bag because I don't have a ring-a-ding-ding-ding-ding yet. And so I'll just let them add up, and then maybe in December I'll add up how many things I've done, and then I'll make that as a challenge and stuff. And maybe if I do 10, I'll get $10. If I do above 10, I'll add an extra $5 or something like that. Anywho, something like that. Oh, jeez, I don't even know what the heck I'm doing. All right, let's get the umbrella. Oh, I have no nails. I have no nails. Is that, yeah, that's, I need one of those picker thingies. Wait, do I have a picker thingy? I think I have a picker thingy. Maybe. Ha ha ha. Whatever this thing is, I don't know. What is it? I'm going to pretend that thing's just flew off because that is kind of a tiny umbrella. Let's get a floppy hat. Get the floppy. Put the floppy hat on me because I like me some floppy hats. I hardly ever wear hats, but when I do wear hats, they're floppy hats. Where's my, okay. Oh, he's sparkly. Yeah, if you're a crafter or a scrapbooker, it's so easy to make your own homemade challenges, and they're really nice too. And let's do a shell. Let's do a bright blue shell. Or no, let's do a flies. I leave that door open a crack so the cat can come in or get some AC next to him, and then I get flies everywhere because I'm trying to get them used to each other. All right, so let's just do a little. I guess I can do a little. I don't have a shell to look at, but I used to go to the beach all the time, so I'll just do the simple shell. Simple. Yeah, they're usually kind of a brownish or whitish or made different colors, but this one's going to be a pink one. And more time, I make it all fancy. Good enough. Good enough. Alrighty. I think I got one done. It's been a while, but hey, when you're only having a little bit at a time, it works. It does add up. So I'm gonna get my ugly, one, and I am going to put not the money. Oh wait, no, that's not the one I was wanted. I have an envelope in here. That's okay. I'm gonna need to get me a container or something like that so I can put all my finished ones in. Hey, look at that, found one. Alrighty. So that one will go into my registration to help bump that one up. I love this book. Got this on Etsy. I have it linked in my description as well. Lady from Romania. It's really, really nicely done. Very soft leather. Okay, vet. Actually, how much do I have? 20, 30. I'm gonna put the extra ones in my vet, just so I can get a little extra monies in there. Oh, I forgot that. Oh well. I'm gonna really need to start working on electronics because I need to get some external hard drives and some other stuff to bump up my computer, because I would like to do some more, like some gaming and some more different types of videos, but I barely have the space on it. My niece is gonna help me today and try to clean some up and put stuff where it should go, because I think every time I downloaded something, I went onto the C drive, so my C drive is like full and my D drive is pretty much empty, so she's gonna go around and help me move some stuff around and give me some more space. So what we have 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 35, 135. All right, so hopefully I should have almost 200 by the time registration comes around by the end of the month. Hopefully I have enough before then, but at the very least I don't have to worry about it digging into my savings or stuff like that. I usually keep my account, my checking account. I usually have like $1,000 for emergency fund, and then I have a 500 buffer for all my bills that come out, and that way if I need to, I can take a little bit more. Hopefully this next year it'll build up even more, and I won't ever have to touch that $1,000, and I'll have all the registrations and all the other. That's why we do these things, so we don't have the last minute. Oh, I have to go and get that paid off. Oh, that's my yearly thing. I totally forgot about that. Oh, the cat has a problem. I gotta take it to the vet. That way you're not so scrambling every time there's an emergency comes around. Or you have to quit your job and do something new because it's costing you money. And I forgot to put that in my thingy. Which one? This one. I will do that. But thank you for joining this really long one. I did a little bit more stuffing and storyline, so let me know if you enjoy a nice trucker story. I'm like, I got at least 10 stories, and so I started writing down them. And I have like 39 written down. Some of them are quite involved, and some of them are just cute stories that you kind of notice weird stuff while you're on the road. So if you have any weird stories of on the road type of things where like everything either went right or went wrong and turned a normal route into an adventure, please share. Either say I'm gonna do a story time on my thing and just put on your a comment in my catch up section. It's like doing a story about this. Come and join me. That way people will come and see that you're having a story time on yours, and they'll come and make note and see you guys. Anyways, thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see if I can cut this down a little bit, hopefully, so it's not like 100 hours long. You have a wonderful one. Talk to you later. Love y'all. Bye.